Ryan Coogler, director, writer, auteur. In the 7 years since his debut feature-length film, Ryan Coogler has established himself as an in-demand director and writer to not only significant critical acclaim, but commercial success as well. Consistently drawing inspiration from his upbringing, he has been lauded for his work, which repeatedly champions communities and stories often overshadowed by Hollywood. Ryan Coogler was born in 1986 in Oakland, California, to Jocelyn, a community organizer, and Ira Coogler, juvenile probation counselor. Moving to Richmond, California at 8, his early involvement in sports parlayed into a football scholarship to St. Mary's College. It's here he first developed his creative writing talents, prompting his professors to encourage his pursuit of screenwriting. Even after St. Mary's canceled its football program, transferring him to Sacramento State, he continued his cinema tutelage. He became so enamored with filmmaking that upon graduation, he applied and was accepted to the USC School of Cinematic Arts, whose notable alum include fellow directors Judd Apatow, the late John Singleton, and Ron Howard. By the age of 25, Ryan had already directed 3 award-winning short films. 2009's Locks, screened at the Tribeca Film Festival, chosen as the recipient of the Albert Broccoli Award for Filmmaking Excellence. 2011's Fig, which won the HBO Short Film Competition at the American Black Film Festival. And finally that same year, Gap, awarded the Jack Nicholson Award for Achievement in Directing. It was his upbringing in Richmond, California that prompted his first feature-length film, Fruitville Station, whose title pays homage to the BART station where 22-year-old African-American Oscar Grant was killed at the hands of Oakland police officer Johannes Mercelle.
I was the same age as Oscar. He was born the same year as me, dressed like me, looked like me on that grainy pixelated footage. His friends looked like my friends.
Coogler went on to say, Fruitville was about the community that I grew up in, and I wanted nothing more than for the people in communities like that to see it. It premiered at the 2013 Sundance Film Festival, where it won top audience and grand jury awards. This led to the rights being bought for $2 million, granting it a wide release, eventually grossing over $7 million in its theatrical run. Now the big studios came calling, with MGM tapping Coogler to direct and co-write Creed, a spin-off to the legendary Rocky franchise. Again, Coogler tapped into his adolescent years, as his father was a huge fan of Rocky and often would make the young Ryan watch them before his football games, all while battling muscular dystrophy. Creed became a knockout for the young director, landing in several best or top 10 films of the year lists and earning its cast several nominations and awards, including a Golden Globe for veteran actor Sylvester Stallone. Fresh off the success of Creed, Marvel Studios installed him as their youngest studio filmmaker ever, with his writing and directing of 2018's worldwide blockbuster Black Panther. Ryan was now in a position to make his own demands. His first request was an exploratory excursion to the continent of Africa, home of the fictional Wakanda. It was after experiencing firsthand the cultures of Lesotho, South Africa, and Kenya that gave him the conviction that he was ready to tackle the complex and nuanced nature of such a monumental project.
I was looking for a sense of my own personal identity. As an African American man, I know that my heritage is from this continent. But I grew up, in Oakland, in the Bay Area, thousands and thousands of miles away. And this film gave me an opportunity to travel to the continent, and visit several countries there, and talk to folks, and it really opened up. Something about my own personal identity.
Upon release, the dazzling saga was an astounding commercial and cultural phenom, grossing the 5th largest opening weekend box office results of all time. It eventually became the highest grossing film in history, helmed by an African American. The momentum and demand for Ryan's singular vision has not slowed. His latest project in the works is a look at the Atlanta public school cheating scandal, aptly titled Wrong Answer, screenplay by Ta-Nehisi Coates. Production has officially ended on Judas and the Black Messiah, centering on Fred Hampton and the Black Panther Party in the 1960s, and the ink has already dried on his deal to write and direct Black Panther 2. First up, however, is next summer's Space Jam: A New Legacy, a sequel to the original, this time starring NBA megastar LeBron James. Ryan Coogler's rise through Hollywood is best described as meteoric. His gift for evoking a place for outsiders has cemented his place in film history as a wonder kid and ensures that he'll continue to be one of today's most sought after young directors for quite some time. It's crystal clear. Everyone who loves movies stands to benefit from this young visionary's talent.